Well, my mother always sewed, and so I grew up in that type of atmosphere. And I got a Barbie doll for my birthday one year, and she didn't have time to make me Barbie doll clothes, nor did she feel like paying for the ready-made one, so then she bought me patterns, and she had fabric around that I made the clothes out of, and I just took right to it, so just sewing and away, and on those patterns, I only ever had to ask her a question one time to make a little coat facing, and otherwise I was off and running. Well, getting back to my mother had kind of a little-known name brand sewing machine, but it was a really good machine. But then when I got married, she gave me, I won't say whose machine, but it was a horrible machine. It never sewed very well, and I was always complaining about it to my husband. So shortly before the birth of my first child, we went to our local BERNINA dealer and bought an 830. So that was my first BERNINA, and I still own that machine and dearly love that machine, and I'll never give it up. Well, I was invited to the first BERNINA teacher retreat and felt very privileged about it. And there I learned about embroidery software. Now, that was a big leap, actually, because I went home with the software and started playing with it. And it took me probably 6 months to get over the hump of where I actually knew what I was doing. And I enjoyed getting into that software. I knew from the moment that I was introduced to it that I needed the software, and I wanted to do my own thing. I didn't want to buy patterns and do everything else. But all the little bells and whistles, once I saw what the machine was doing, that my 830 couldn't do, I, of course, then got a 1630, and after that I got a 170, and at the moment I have a 180 that's been upgraded, I think, all the way to a 730, but those new machines are so tempting. We'll see if I can manage that in the future. BERNINA always has really good backup. One of the things I'm impressed with is they always have classes you can take where you can learn about the machine. It gives you such good support. And I always know that any machine I buy is going to be great quality. I am definitely a BERNINA loyalist. And it's really fascinating. I was part of the retreat that went to Switzerland and gave lots of advice, and it was wonderful that they listened to all of that we told them, and that they're trying to put more and more wonderful features into the machine. Well, I felt very privileged to be asked to the first teacher retreat, ambassador retreat, and I've been to every single one except for one ever since then. I had to sacrifice and go on a cruise instead of come to that, and I would have rather been at the retreat, actually. But I am very proud to be a BERNINA ambassador. I love the product. I love telling people about it. I love pointing out great features on the machine, and I just hope I influence people that they will go ahead and investigate the product and hopefully buy one.